Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of this resolution in commemoration of my first boss in public service, Congressman John David Dingell. I'm honored that my first time addressing this body is in tribute to Congressman Dingell, a man who's had a major influence on my life and on my career. As a young person interested in public service, Congressman Dingell's focus on conservation and protecting the natural resources of our state and our country drew me to his office, and indeed, some of the challenges I worked on all those years ago are ones that we are facing in this chamber and in Congress today. Ensuring clean air and water regardless of zip code or income, determining what to do with invasive species in our fresh water and the Great Lakes, and fighting for access to affordable, quality health care for all Americans. I had the privilege of interning for the Congressman in the summer of 2012 in his Washington, D.C. office. And while I was in the office for just 15 weeks, this experience shaped my outlook on public service forever. Within the first week of working in the office, I had the opportunity to staff him with his press team while he and then Senator Carl Levin visited with World War II veterans on the National Mall at the World War II Memorial. It was a hot, muggy day on the Potomac in the first week of June, and we were running behind schedule. As the most junior person on the team, I was tasked with telling the Congressman that it was time to head back to Capitol Hill. He was not happy. Congressman Dingell insisted on visiting with each and every veteran, asking if they were receiving the care and resources they needed, and giving folks his card in the event they needed to be in touch with him or with our office. We were going to be late for our next item on the schedule, but it was clear that this was our most important meeting of the day, and we were going to spend as much time as we needed to spend to do the work that he so loved to do. We can all draw inspiration from the Congressman's youthful spirit. I remember a time when I staffed him at an event in Washington for the University of Michigan's alumni that were living there. He called me over, telling me he had something important he needed me to do. I braced myself for an important matter of state. He whispered in my ear, "Mari, could you get me a grilled cheese sandwich and some French fries? And please don't tell the lovely Deborah." Although I am just one of many who had the privilege of interning in his office over the course of his long career, Congressman Dingell always made sure to remind us the work that we did, the people's work, mattered. The number of Team Dingell alumni who have answered the call to service in a variety of manners over the years is a testament to the values and love of country he instilled in each of us and how important it was to him to build the next generation of public servants. And indeed, this love of building the next bench of public servants is also with his beloved wife, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell. And one of the most important lessons we learned was the importance of working together with members of the other party. It wasn't simply a willingness to reach across the aisle that guided his political ethos. It wasn't something he did reluctantly, only when he absolutely had to do it. Congressman Dingell had a genuine desire to find common ground and consensus around policy that made life a little easier, that made life a little better for as many Americans as he possibly could. He'd lament the current political climate, often using colorful language, which all of you were able to gain a glimpse of if you followed his now infamous Twitter account. Congressman Dingell's outlook on public service can either be viewed as a relic of the past or an ideal that we can and all should aspire to as we enter this chamber and engage with one another to do the people's work every day. Words cannot express my gratitude for my first boss in public service. I sincerely hope I make him proud, and I miss him all already.